Good morning, Kingstowne. Michelle asked me to share why I give to the Kingstowne Communion regularly, and this is why. 2020 has been a challenge for everyone. None of this has been easy for the average person, and the most vulnerable in our community have suffered far more. There's a lot of negativity and pain and brokenness that needs healing in our area and the world, even without a global pandemic. And yet, in the face of all this that seems destined to break us and kick us while we're down, we're still supposed to have hope. And that's where Kingstowne comes in. Kingstowne is what gives me hope. I grew up in a large Methodist church. Melissa unfortunately grew up Baptist, and when we first started our family, we wanted the kids to grow up in a church like we did, with people who would love them and look out for them and care about them. But we couldn't settle on a home for us. Melissa and I found out about Kingstowne from the Serve with St. Nick events, and like vagabond Christians without a home, we always went to at least the big 2 services a year, one at her church and one at mine. Melissa was looking for a part-time gig to bring in some extra cash and found a nursery position for this teeny startup church that didn't even meet every Sunday. And oh hey, it's the same church that does the Serve with St. Nick thing. Fast forward a month and we're meeting Michelle at Grounded, and Melissa says, "Oh, Brian plays bass," and Michelle and Melissa both volunteer me to start playing in the worship band, and the rest is history. I hadn't attended a church regularly in over a decade, and yet God called me here. He knew that my family would be welcomed and that we could find hope through all of our challenges with the support of our church family. In the beginning, I didn't give regularly. I'd throw money in the basket whenever I had some extra cash in my wallet, but that was it. However, the situation in the church and in the world is not the same as it was 4 years ago. When I first started to give regularly, money was tight for Melissa and I, with 3 kids and child care and diapers and formula and bills, and I really had to pray about the amount that I was giving. Even if it doesn't seem like a lot, even if you're saying to yourself, that's such a small amount, I don't know if it's worth it, believe me, it is. We're putting our proverbial big boy pants on, and we're voting to separate ourselves from Aldersgate, and we have our own ministry support and our own staff and our own bills, and that doesn't lend itself to someone else picking up the tab. We all show up on Sundays because Kingstowne is a place that we love, and it's that love that compels me to make sure that we can stay the church that gets out and does God's work in the community to help our neighbors. It's that love that compels me to give regularly to support the ministries of the church, so that when the time comes to vote on separation from Aldersgate, we can do it. Knowing that even though it's almost like starting over again, we can do it because we love Kingstowne and we want it to succeed. Thank you.